Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition, and this is my play by email match against KilRoy. He is a commander of the Allied forces and I have the Japanese Empire to manage. This is scenario 1 with no modifications and 1 day turn setup. This will be also the first day of February 1942. The day after this successful battle cruiser operations at Wake, where I was able to blow up 4 Allied destroyers and some tankers and cargo ships, but unluckily with no real value of cargo or troops. I was also able already to secure Tarakan and Balikpapan. All industry is in good shape. And my assault on Java also continue without really any big threat. This is my invasion fleet here, and luckily there's only one Dutch torpedo boat left. So I don't expect here too much of a trouble. And I can see, nothing really happens. Yeah. Torpedo boat is coming back. Try again, but I think only one torpedo, so it must return to port to rearm normally. So this is a critical moments if you bring your army packed up in cargo ships or troop transports and you want to unload. So something is just sinking. Hopefully this is maybe, at least it is an Allied ship, it's not my own ship. But what? I don't know more. Maybe a cargo ship. So, but the critical moment is really if your armies are full in these troop transport ships and you want unload, and then in the last moment something happens, like a airstrike, submarine show up, or this shitty torpedo boats. And in the first turns of the war, KilRoy was successful with his torpedo attacks and sunk 2 of my destroyer minesweepers, and I think later on also some cargo ships. But after they unload, so it was just still acceptable. Let's see this. So now scouting. My Air Force still don't want really strike here at Java. Sweep over Batavia, and there's still one buffalo. So KilRoy was able to repair some of these British buffaloes I damaged before. But the numbers are so small that they really not have any chance. But there was a small short, there was 1-0 going down. Unlucky. But now we kill each other, okay. This early in the war, the Allies have the problem that they don't really get too many replacements, airframes, so even if I kill now here 1-1 over Java, it is for me a success. I must only keep an eye on my pilots. Changsha have also no air cover. Okay, now KilRoy come out with his bombers. He have not more much left. Falcons and L-212s are both light support bombers. I would not call them. And I have air cover over my forces. So This will be a slaughter. Yeah, more or less. This can. Some comes through. But I catch maybe 2, 3 or up to 5 of them. And there's also some P40s still, fighting now with my Oscars. This is maybe even better. Both are army fighters. Let's see. Ah, yeah, okay. Technical issues already force one P40 to return. Can kill one of my Oscars, but over my own base. Yeah, now the P40 gets more and more damage, yeah. Okay. So if I'm lucky, I have 1 ops losses for the allies here. For one of my own kills. So nothing major happens. So far, maybe now in the afternoon. This Dornier 24 has, I think, one of the best scouting airplanes the Allies have here early on. They have at least a range. And there's still some torpedo bombers. I don't know why they attack now my land forces and I have here my zeros, so again, normally this is a easy task for my zeros. Yeah, and I can kill them. Fine. These are maybe the worst airplanes I hate, really, or early on. Simply, they carry torpedoes or heavy bombs, and they have a decent range. But they are even slower than the Japanese torpedo bombers and more easy to kill if you can catch them as your fighters. And I don't want to walk from Manila down, so I simply landed now here with some Navy Guard units in the source and walk better north. It's simply faster. Save time, have the same effect. And there is nothing in the Luzon source area, no industry really important. I only want to make sure that there's no submarine hiding or some aircraft. Good, next attack on Venchao. Fort is down. And it's possible to kick out the Chinese. So one of the better Chinese cities still under control at the beginning of the war for the Chinese, with heavy industry, is now also under Japanese control. Again, no, I mean, this is a victory, yeah, nice, of course, but more and more disabled units for me. So I need maybe 1 week to rest before I fully continue with my next operations. This bombardment was also again successful. Oh no, this was not a bombardment. This was the wiping out of this unit. This is a bombardment. Okay, this is also okay. Here is no unit, so here is I think a original Dutch base force, but maybe KilRoy took it to Java early on. Yeah, that was already the turn. So no funny engagement this time, no game-changing event, but I was able to kill some of this last allied strike aircraft on Java. Oops, not this one. This one. And in total it is a 15-2 ratio of air losses, so swordfish is always good to kill. This light bombers doesn't matter, falcons doesn't matter. Wildebeest is like swordships, I think nearly the same. And I lost here 1 Oscar and a 1-0. For this I killed 1 buffalo, but the P-40s looks like they survived the day. Okay. Naja. Out of my 2 lost airframes, I have 1 missing in action and 1 killed in action. Pity. The missing in action was over my own units, and the killed in action was maybe my base. Good. Ship sunk. There was a sinking sound for allied ships, but no information. Good. So I took Wenchao. Oh. And all industry is well working. No damage. I mean, this manpower is often 1-to-1. I don't know really why, but the resources at maximum. Light industry is the maximum, and I don't know how is the heavy industry. Maybe there is this damage one from the start. I don't know, but I will repair this one, and then it's fine. I don't need to push here more heavy industry. I don't have more of the supplies. It's already February. All my supplies go for engine production and later airframe production, and of course for everything else, but not more for heavy industry increasement. So in China, no change this turn, but slowly but steadily you can see that these are the last Chinese forces in the northern part and east of the mountains here. I must get rid of them, and then at the same time I try to here in the southeast also catch this Chinese forces and then push all the Chinese back through the mountains, so that the core is maybe still under Chinese control, but I can secure all the coastline. No activity at Burma. The British forces are still walking here over, but I see here really not much coming so far. But I let them come. This is still jungle. My bombers will not have here any success to attack. I can better train and wait for them to come. Here Sumatra, no change. I'm still waiting for reinforcements and to rebuild my forces. The army is here already. Was resting, getting some damage, tanks repaired, and also my Navy Guard units are mostly intact but a little damage. And I normally only must walk it down to take Osthaven. There's not more much coming. Yeah, you can see that my units are already on the last steps to enter Batavia. I don't know, next turn maybe arrive already. Or maybe next, later than 2 turns I can attack Batavia. And in the east side, also moving, but this will need a little longer. So 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns I arrive in Surabaya. But hopefully 10th of February this operation on Java is mostly concluded. Yeah, Philippines is really nothing more left, I think. I'm not more sure if here was something, maybe, but it doesn't matter. There's some jungle fighters. I'm not sure what I really do here, because they are all in jungle, and airstrikes will not have any impact here. So I don't know. I don't want to go into the jungle. Not at least now. Maybe I let them starve for 1 or 2 months and then I can pick them up. Down at Rabul, Solomon Sea is still no activity. No activity. No activity. But I also see here nothing. This is the next problem. I still have no base force here. I need the equipment. And I was not really able to build up my bases here at Luganville or Tulagi. They are lightly defended. I only take them and put some secure or base, very small base force here. Huh? Like a Navy Guard units I keep here to guard. Because all my focus is normally really on building up Rabul as soon as possible. I need here this port 8 or let's say airfield 8 will help me, and I need a port of 7 to fully rearm my battleships if I want here use battleships. So far the best port I have is in Truk. Yeah, Truk is nearly finished at 7. Once this is 7, at 7 airport cannot get over 5. I can maybe move here some more engineers to the source. I'm also in the progress, or still I choose melee to use in this game for my main operation at the Marshall Sea. You have here more or less different options. The game starts here in the north with this double base, but out of all of these bases I think melee is maybe the best. It's only little exposed. There is no base shielding this island. At the north you have a lot of shield, but nothing to the east, so I use this patrol boats. Main reason is that here is much higher capacity. 30,000 people can stay on this island, and all others they only have a total of 6,000. So this is really a heavy limitation on how many engineers, base force and defense equipment you want to bring on these islands. And melee have also the best coastal battery. Not that they're really great, only 15 centimeter guns, but it is something. So there's no real activity so far from KilRoy. Maybe he must repair his carrier I damaged before. And not much to say. Maybe I can check my battle cruisers. They're coming back. Here. So no follow-up strike on them. I was able to disengage and return to Truk. Then I can fix this one destroyer. This is with 5. You can still fix in a normal port with a repair ship. Then I almost go back to Japan, rearm, fit everything, and then I will see if I go back to Wake or maybe I make a sneak attack on Midway. Hard to say. I will see. So this is also the beginning of February. Maybe I can shortly show what else happened. My industry setup is, I think, more or less always the same. There's not really so many options you have. But you can see that my H32 engines are still low at only 127. But again, there's no airframe really asking for this up to now at A&D, so it doesn't matter. The 33 is also still only at 168. Again, there's maybe the possibility to change one engine factory at the beginning of the game from a 32 to a 33 to push this faster. 34 is also still lacking, but is coming stronger and stronger day by day because no one asks for this engine, so all of this engine production go directly to the pool. And the 35 is always in high demand. Zeros, Oscars, torpedo bombers, they all ask for this. You can, So 100 Zeros are under production and also 100 Oscars. These are 200 airframes per month, 200 engines I need for this. Plus the torpedo bombers. But again, I also use the N1 edition torpedo bombers. They have nearly the same combat value, so but they're using different engines. So I can consume this outdated, not more under production engines to produce Navy carrier torpedo bombers, and I don't must consume all of this more maybe useful engines for me later on. I also stopped already the Val dive bombers because they going for the H-33 engine, and this is coming normally very shortly. Important for me because it's my ND requests this. So if I don't really need dive bombers, I have still 36 in backup. So it's enough, I suppose. Yeah, and the most important is maybe the ND. So still the zeros are still on preparation, but I'm already roughly at 20 out of 30. So maybe 1 or 2 more weeks before I can see here the first AND tool will switch to the A6M8, and then I need normally the H-33 engine. And the rest is still more far away. I mean, this is all high-end stuff. Maybe the H8 will come sooner or later. This is maybe the first airframe will ask for the H-32. Oscars and Tojos are more far away. Helens are coming good. 1620, 1617, and one is already under ANT production. So this one could normally already make use of the 500 engine pool for this type, but I'm a little far away. And in this game I go directly for the Helen 2A, so with armor protection, but not with the heavy machine guns, compared to the Jochen game where I go for the heavy machine gun edition. This will save me roughly 1 year A&D time. Good. So and the rest is still too far away to really have any hope for entering combat soon. Maybe also a short look on my ship production, but I think there's also not too much to see. You can see that I push normally always for the carrier's next captain online, and I hold the Shiano. This is the only thing what I think is possible to do here. The escort carriers, I push them all because they're going for the merchant shipyards and not for the navy shipyards. They're much better to take. I mean, merchant shipyard points you have enough, I would say. Battleships is also, Yamato is on hold. Musashi is coming under normal production, and once this date is linking up together, I will start also Yamato, and then I will of course maybe stop all other push for the carriers. Light cruisers I only have normal production because these are all light cruisers, they don't really have any big impact. This light cruiser is maybe good, but it's only a single ship. A single ship will never have really any impact. I like this 15.5 centimeter guns. They have really high penetration value. These are really strong light cruiser guns. But again, it's only a single ship. And the price of for these ships are, still you must pay for them. Most important is of course always push the destroyers. I would always push any destroyer what is possible. It really doesn't matter which destroyer, all of this destroyer. Every destroyer is coming online, I will push. Even if it's this second class destroyers. You can never have enough destroyers with Japan. And I would never push for submarines. They are simply too expensive. Good. Yeah. What else I can say? Maybe we can have a short look on my pilots, because long time I don't check this more. And also the kill ratio, we are coming now more and more in the ratio of 1 to 3 or 3 to 1. The total air losses maybe. So many Buffaloes, this is I think British Buffaloes, American P-40s, Dutch twin engine bombers, my Zeros. Dutch Buffaloes, British Wildebeest torpedo bombers, my dive bombers, the outdated P-40s, and you can see and so on and so on and so on. The kill ratio was 800 to 200. Yeah, maybe this is a 3-to-1 kill ratio. That is of course still in favor for me. And out of this nearly 300 airframes lost, I have here 90 killed pilot, 30 wounded, so maybe 10 lost. So is there maybe 130, 140 pilots I have maybe lost so far. So roughly 1 pilot for 2 lost airframes. And I'm fighting most of the time over enemy territory, so this is okay and acceptable. I also have the first pilot with 10 kills. Is of course a carrier pilot. And I have also 1 pilot, Ito, with the experience of 90 already. So here you is I think maybe the elite squadron of all of Japanese. You can see this 18 guys have 100 kills already. And surprisingly, they lost never a pilot. And they only have 1 written off airplane. So this is maybe, if you call something elite. Everyone know what he's doing. I hope only that this squadron will have still a successful future and not anything stupid happened. So what else I can show? Air losses, pilots, experience. No, I think there's not more anything else I can show. If you have any questions, let me know. I can only say maybe February is still one-sided, but in March, latest in March, we will see more activity from KilRoy in the Pacific. I don't want to spoil anything, but we will see. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.